Good morning, students. We have discussed the pre-reading part of the poem A Red Rose written by Robert Burns in the previous video. We have discussed the poets. The poet Robert Burns belongs to Scottish literature. He is one of the famous poets in Scottish literature. He portrayed the Scottish culture, the Scottish depictions in his literature. He wanted to revive the Scottish culture through his folk songs, ballads. And we also discussed the types of poetry, especially the poem A Red Rose is written in the form of lyric. A lyric is nothing but a 16 lines of poem which is divided into 4 quatrains, 4 stanzas, and each stanza consists of 4 lines. And the lyric has to be is generally accompanied by a musical instrument lyre, and it is sung especially to express one's love. A Red Rose poem to express the deep emotions of the speaker, and it expresses the intense love of the speaker to his beloved. And let us look at the poem, then we'll go with explanation. The poem goes like this. Oh, my love is like a red rose that is newly sprung in June. Oh, my love is like the melody that is sweetly played in tune. This is the first stanza. It has rhyming scheme also. You can find the rhyming scheme in the stanza. Oh, my love is like a red rose that is newly sprung in June. Oh, my love is like the melody that is sweetly played in the tune. As fair art thou, my bonny lass, so deep in love am I, and I will love thee still, my dear, till and the seas gang dry. Till and the seas gang dry, my dear, and the rocks melt with the sun. I will love thee still, my dear, while the sands of life shall run, and fare thee well, my only love, and fare thee well a while, and I will come again, my love, though it were 10,000 miles. So this is all actually this poem consists of 16 lines, and all these 16 lines are divided into 4 stanzas. Each stanza consists of 4 lines. Now let's look at the first stanza. What the first stanza explains, what the writer, what the speaker wants to tell us in the first stanza. Let's look at the explanation now. The first stanza. Oh, my love is like a red rose that is newly sprung in June. The poem is one of the finest creations which was composed by Scottish poet Robert Burns. The poem was initially published in the year 1794, and the main theme of the poem is the immortality of love. And love never dies and remains forever. So the first stanza, if you look at the first stanza, in the very first stanza, we find the speaker compares his love with a delicate fresh flower, that is red rose flower. So he compares his love with a very lovable thing, that is a red rose flower. That was, oh, my love is like a red rose that is newly sprung in June. And if you look at especially in the June month, you find a fresh, newly blossomed flower blossomed roses. So he compares his love with a fresh, newly blossomed flower, blossomed red rose flower. He says that my love is like a red rose flower. The speaker compares his love, his beloved, with a red rose flower. The beautiful, fresh, and delicate red rose flower, especially that flower is sprung especially in the month of June. The speaker again goes on comparing. He says, oh, my love is like the melody that is sweetly played in tune. He compares his beloved with a melody, with a song that is sweetly played in tune. So he says he compares his beloved with a sweet melody that is sweetly played with a tune. So this here is the first stanza. We find two comparisons. The first comparison, he compares his beloved with a fresh, delicate, blossomed red rose flower, especially that red rose flower, especially sprung in June. The second comparison you can find here, he compares his beloved with a melody, with a song, a melody which is sweetly played in tune. So here you find the comparison of his beloved with the lovable things. The second stanza, if you go to second stanza, he says, as fair art thou, my bonny laws, so deep in love am I, and I will love thee still, my dear, till and seas can try. The second stanza you find the speaker praises the beauty of his beloved, and he makes very lovable promises to his beloved. He says, according to the speaker in the second stanza, the speaker is in deep love with his beloved because she is quite beautiful. And the speaker adds that he will love her till all the seas on this planet become dry. So here you find that again two meanings here, again two things here. Here the writer expresses his deep and intensified love. He says he is in deep love with his beloved because she is quite pretty and beautiful. And again he says that until all the seas on this planet become dry, he goes on love her. So he loves her until all the planets, until all the seas, oceans become dry on this planet. In the third stanza also, the same promises he goes on promising his beloved in the third stanza too. Again, third stanza says, chill and seas can dry, my dear, and the rocks melt with the sun. I will love thee still, my dear, while the sands of life shall run. Again, in the third stanza also, you find the speaker continuously makes promises to his beloved that until the seas, the oceans on this planet become dry, he loves her. Again, he says, until the rocks on this planet melt with the heat of the sun, he loves her. And he also says, until the end of human life, he loves her. So this you can find his lovable promises again in the third stanza. Even until the rocks melt with the heat of the sun, until all the oceans on this planet become dry, until the end of human life on this planet, he loves her. And the fourth stanza again, it expresses the temporary separation between the speaker and his beloved. He lets her farewell, and he says that he will come again. He says, and fair the veil my only, love and fair the veil my a while, and I will come again, my love, though it were 10,000 miles. The speaker wishes for his beloved to have a good and bright future, bright life during the temporary separation. Here he lets her farewell. In the final two lines, he says that we find the speaker promising her that he would return. He would return, though the journey is too long. Though the speaker goes far 10,000 miles, that takes a very long time to return, but still the speaker promises to his beloved that he would be back to her, and he makes that promise. So if you look at all these four stanzas, you find in the first stanza, you find the speaker compares his beloved with a delicate, fresh, beautiful red rose flower, and he compares his beloved with a melody, a soft melody that is sweetly played in tune. In the second stanza, he makes lovable promises to his beloved that until all the seas and oceans on this planet become dry, and he still loves her. And again in the third stanza, he goes on making promises until all the rocks on this planet melt with the heat of the sun. He loves her, and until the end of human life, he loves her. And the fourth stanza, you find during this temporary separation also, the speaker wishes the bright and beautiful future of his beloved, and he says he bids his farewell to his beloved, and in the final two lines you find, though the speaker goes away for 10,000 kilometers, 10,000 miles, the speaker still loves his beloved, and he promises his beloved that he would be back to his beloved. So this is you find the eternity of love and the immortality of love, the deep love of the speaker towards his beloved. So we'll discuss the other concepts in the next poem. Thank you.